So 2 days ago, I made a video on my channel going over all of the new things that we're supposed to be getting in Pixel Piece in Update 1. Keywords supposed to be, because I don't know where all of the updates we're supposed to be getting went. They advertised this update as if it was some sort of mega update, when in reality it was really just a Sea Beast update, and the Sea Beast is literally just a reskin of the Gorilla Boss. I'm sorry I said it. It has one move and it's the same move, bro. So let's go over all the problems with Update 1 and what the future of Pixel Piece looks like. So from the screenshot for 4 days ago, they're basically promising that we're going to be getting skills for Kirabachi, which is supposed to be releasing a Cutlass Charlie skill, which is already in the game but with no skill. Fishman Karate moves, so obviously Fishman Karate's coming, and then a Marine Pirates and Bounty Hunter system supposed to be coming on Friday. So what did we actually get? Well, we got the update on Sunday, you feel me? Obviously this was really unrealistic. I don't even know why they set this deadline for themselves, but we did get Kirabachi skills. We got no skills for Cutlass Charlie. As I'm recording this video, Fishman Karate is supposed to be done, but it's not in the game. It costs $1 million belly and you can't even get it. Or at least that's my understanding, that you can't get it. But they're also supposed to be working on Marines, Pirates, and Bounty Hunter system then, which I wouldn't think would be that hard, but I'm not a dev, so I'm not gonna say it's not that hard, but I would imagine that's pretty basic. But that's also not in the game because apparently the dev fell asleep. I don't know, the devs taking naps. I understand they probably working really hard, so of course they're gonna be falling asleep, but I don't know exactly how Roblox works, but I don't know why this was not in the game earlier. But real quick, before you guys call me a Pixel Piece hater, I've been defending Pixel Piece because I know it has potential, and then new devs on the game are still working hard. You could tell even in the amount of time, this is not easy to get, even what they got out in this amount of time. What I don't understand is why they're setting these super unrealistic deadlines just to delay it twice, to still not be even a portion of what was supposed to actually come out. But now I want to talk about the next game mode that was supposed to be added to Pixel Piece on Update 1. Well, actually it was supposed to be added on release, but then it got delayed, and that was the whole reason they actually delayed the original release, which was supposed to be in December, so they could have dungeons on release. Then they delayed it. We're like, okay, we understand. But then Update 1 comes and it's nowhere to be found. Now, I understand that they can only add so much, but they directly said it was coming. I don't understand this cycle of making big promises just to be short every time. Why don't we just take our time and be realistic with what we could get done? And Dungeons not coming is really disappointing, because I feel like Dungeons is a way bigger deal than Sea Beast, because it adds another way to farm for fruits, most likely. They didn't directly say fruits would be coming, but you could assume, right? And although we don't know that much about Dungeons yet, we know enough to know that hopefully it will be funner than just farming the same 5 bandits on Arlong. But to be fair, you can't really blame the new devs or the Project Slayer devs for the delays, because they're new to the project, so they're not the one that promised that Sea Beast and Dungeons would already be here on release, and they're the ones actually fixing everything up and making stuff happen, so I have a lot of respect for them. But before we move on to what we did get in Pixel Piece, I want to talk about one more thing, and that's this sword. And it's not really just this sword, but for context, the whole week they've been talking about, oh, Update 1 will have this, and that, Update 1. And although they didn't directly say this would be coming in Update 1, I don't know why they're like Update 1 and they're putting pictures of a sword that's not actually coming in Update 1 to make people think it's coming in Update 1. I don't know. I don't even know if the sword is done. But what I want to talk about here is this thing where they're purposely not releasing content that they have. And this really shows with the fruits. Although we don't know all the fruits that are done, they did say 2 smile fruits would be coming on release. We have not heard about what happened to those fruits. We also know Tori and Pika have been getting worked on for months, because we've been seeing sneaks for them for months. And we also know Smoke is completely done already. And although I understand they do want to space out the updates, there's just not enough content in these mini updates that are disguised as big updates that we're getting. So I don't understand why y'all aren't throwing in more than just 1 fruit, especially when y'all put us under the impression that these fruits were coming on release, including Paw that came out on this update. But to be fair, I'm not a dev, and I do understand that if you do release them all at once, it's a much higher risk of your game dying, because you won't have something to release later unless you work really hard. And maybe they know a lot of stuff I don't. I mean, I imagine they do, but so I mean, I guess we should give them a bit of leniency there, but I don't know. But now let's talk about what we did get in this update. Maybe there's more by the time y'all are watching this, but as of this recording, the only thing in this update is Sea Beast Drops, and Sea Beast Island, which is really just a long way of saying Sea Beast. And honestly, that's some decent content, but there was so many bugs that it made it just really unfun. At first, the Sea Beasts weren't even fighting back, which I don't understand how they didn't realize that the Sea Beasts don't even fight back. And you were only getting 1 tooth per Sea Beast, and there's 3 different types of teeth, so you need 100 green ones, 100 red ones, and 100 blue ones, or over 100 of each. Well, at least if you want to get the drops, which is kind of the main point of the update. But they did end up up fixing the sea beast in new servers and they actually fought back, and then they upped the teeth to 3 per sea beast, or rather 3 possibly per sea beast, so it's 1 to 3 every time. And to get all the drops you need 440 teeth, and I believe sea beasts spawn about once per 15 minutes, and assuming you average 2 teeth per sea beast, this should take you about 55 hours to get all the drops. Well, at least if my math is mathing. But honestly, I think the reason the odds are so low is because there's not a lot of other stuff to do in the game. Once you're max level, what else is there to do? Especially with dungeons also not being in the game yet. So with all this being said, what does the future of Pixel Piece look like? And you might be expecting me to say the future is going to be really bad, but I really do think the devs still have the chance or the potential to turn this game around. But I don't think they're going about it the right way. When you promise certain release dates, then don't meet those release dates, then delay it and still promise all this content, and then that content doesn't come, people get annoyed, lose faith, and just stop playing the game even if the game gets better in the future. That's why I think it would be better if they told us what they were going to do, took a few weeks to do it, didn't rush it but still worked fast, and then got a quality update. Because people only give games so many chances, and if done right, this game can really be something. And still, comparing the game to what it was on release, it's already so much better. So if they just take a bit of time, obviously the player count will go down initially, but I think it will be better for them in the long run, and better for us because we'll get a better game. But with so many good new Roblox games releasing in the near future, such as like Arcane Odyssey and Holy War, which are amazing games, they gotta move fast if they want to compete with them. But like I said, the devs have shown that they are willing to work hard, so hopefully they continue to work hard and bring us a really good game. But that's just my opinion. Making a game is really hard, so I don't want to be too harsh on them. And feel free to disagree with me, but if y'all enjoyed, I'd appreciate if y'all would like and subscribe because it helps my channel out a lot, and I want to get tester for a lot of these new games so I can bring you guys better content, so I'd appreciate it. Thank you.